Welcome to our overview of Ombre. Ombre is an image manipulation tool that lets you add a color gradient overlay to your images. It's great for people who are doing graphic arts design and web designers who may need that application. To work with Ombre, you'll need to work with a project, so let's click the Create New Project button on the Welcome screen. And we'll add some images to our project by clicking the Import button on the top left. To begin working with an image, you'll need to select an image from the tray on the right. In the middle of the screen, you'll see a preview of that image based on the settings on the right side of your window. That's where you can specify the gradient type. There are basically two types of gradients in Ombre: a radial gradient, one that starts at a central point, or a linear gradient, one that travels along a line you specify with 2 points. You can also set things like color, start and finish color, and whether or not the original image is saturated or desaturated. Changing the saturation can produce interesting effects that you might want to look at. Also, most important for a radial gradient, there's the center point control. The center point control simply lets you move the location of where a gradient begins and ends. Now, let's say you want to work with a linear gradient. Let's take another image. And in this particular case, you've got the same controls with color and saturation, but instead of having one center point control, you've got two controls that control where the gradient begins and ends. By using these controls and moving them where you'd like, you can produce some very interesting effects. Once you've gotten your images exactly like you'd like them, you can export those images by clicking the Export Images button on the toolbar. You can also create a slideshow or share the images with local applications or with internet applications like Twitter and Facebook. That's all for our overview of Ombre. If you have any questions, please hit us up at support@einsteinslegacy.com.